Welcome back once again, friends, family, enemies, everyone. This is the world as we see it. I'm Baba Shaka, and as always, I want to start out by thanking those of you who have been supporting us along this journey. I know we haven't been in the journey long, but you have been there with us and helped us achieve the mark that we've hit. We've almost at 2,000 subscribers. So we want to thank you. Don't feel that we don't appreciate it. For those of you who are new, watching this for the first time, we would like for you, we invite you wholeheartedly to come join us on this journey, be part of it, and to help us get some of these things out to the wider world. As I said, this is the world as we see it. It's not necessarily the world as you see it, but we don't know. We may be in the same place. Today, we want to talk about Uganda and Tanzania and America and China. Okay. Now, what's going on here? For those of you who don't know, there's a lot of oil in Uganda. And a few years ago, the United States was backing a pipeline. They're going to build a pipeline from Uganda down and around the edge of Lake Victoria into Tanzania and to the port of Tanga, which is located on the Indian Ocean. But Uganda did something that the West didn't like. What was that something? Well, Uganda decided that, you know what? We are an independent nation. We have our own system of government. We have a judiciary and we have our legislation and so on. And we have decided to look at this issue of the LGBTQ stuff. And we debated and we voted and decided to come up with a law saying that if we're not going to go check your bedroom and so on. I'm not saying we, I'm not Ugandan, I'm not in Uganda. I'm just, this is like a script, pretend this I'm being I don't know what I'm being, but when I say we, I wasn't involved, all right? I wouldn't mind being involved, but I wasn't. So these folks have debated the issue, voted on the issue, passed the law, just like every other country, just like the United States and England, the rest of them do in their country, and they feel they have the right to do. But for some reason, they feel that Uganda does not have the right to do this. Uganda passed a law that is quote unquote anti-LGBTQ. They do not recognize same-sex marriage. They don't sit around debating whether or not a man could get pregnant and none of these things. And they said, hey, we're not going to peep into your window, your bedroom window, see what you're doing, but you can't come out in the street and do, your pride parade and all that foolishness that we see going on in the West. If children are involved, you try to recruit children into your lifestyle, they come to get you. If you, like, say you are HIV positive and you know it, or you have AIDS and you know it, but you have relations with someone without telling them, that's a crime, right? That at best is, well, I won't say first degree murder, but at best that is manslaughter, right? So they passed this law, and the LGBTQ community in the West, they're upset, and the politicians in the West, they're upset because they want to push this stuff. They want to tell African and African countries what to do and how to do it. Now you notice they don't push this in the Near East, places like Saudi Arabia, places like Qatar, UAE, and so on. Why? Because they want the oil, they want the resources. Plus, they know those folks are not playing over there. But they're going to try to push it on African countries. And Uganda has resisted, and they've gone their own way and done their own thing. The West doesn't like this. So what happened to the pipeline that they were going to fund? 24 Western banks took a step back. 24 Western banks. This pipeline was going to bring a lot of riches to Uganda and to Tanzania. This would boost the economy in both countries greatly. But the Westerners decided, guess what? We are going to hold this over your head. You don't do what we want you to do. We take a step back. We've got the power. Well, it turned out they don't have the power. It's a new day. As we say back in Guyana, which is in South America, that's where I was born. We say back then, this time, not long time. Meaning, what took place in my grandfather's time is not taking place now. So what happened? China decided to fill the breach. Americans vacated the breach, and China decided to step into the breach, and they are now financing the pipeline that's going from Uganda to the Gulf of Tonga in Tanzania. They're also going to build a refinery station. So some of the oil, the crude oil, will go out through the pipeline, but some are going to stay in Tanzania and be refined right there. Now, what does that mean? That means jobs. That means a boost for the economy in Uganda. Right? The deal that is made, Uganda gets a percentage, Tanzania gets a percentage. Of course, China gets a percentage. They're in business to make money, right? But a lot of folks, I hear people say, "Oh, we got to watch out for China. China this, China that." Maybe China's up to something. Maybe. But we know for sure that the West is up to something because they have showed their hand for the past couple of 100 years. Okay? And they're showing their hand now just by saying, hey, we're gonna force you, we're gonna dictate to you, a sovereign nation, what you can or cannot do in your legislature. And if you pass a law that we don't like, then we're gonna punish you. Well, punish away. Guess what? The Ugandans have decided to do business with someone else. And you can't do anything about it. The West to do, which is what they always do, is start dropping bombs. That's how they project their will. See, while China is building, America's bombing. That's how it goes. One builds and one bombs. Now, is China in on this deal for their benefit? Yes, of course, they want to benefit from it. But at the same time, Uganda's benefiting, Tanzania is benefiting. And the West, has egg on their face because this is not our grandfather's time. This is a new day, and African leaders are waking up. Some of them, not all of them, some of them are still asleep. Some of them are still on of the European. They still look at the European as some godlike figure, right? But a lot of African leaders, especially the young ones, are waking up and saying, no, you're not a godlike figure. You're a damn thief. You're an exploiter. You're a colonizer. You're an oppressor. We want no more of that. So, kudos for Uganda. Kudos for Tanzania for this saying, hey, you keep your money. There are other options. There are alternatives, and we're going to take the alternatives. So, pay attention. Keep an eye on what's going on with Uganda and its pipeline. Let's call it the Uganda-Tanzania pipeline, and we'll see how it benefits both nations as we go forward in the future. So until then, please go ahead and subscribe. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think. We are always happy to know what you think, and hopefully we can respond. Okay?
Countries, while creating short and long-term employment for both highly skilled and semi-skilled professionals, as well as casual laborers, thus addressing the unemployment challenge, especially among the youth.
Uganda discovered its oil in 2006 and has since confirmed 6.5 billion barrels in place. The pipeline is expected to export the crude oil to the international market through Tanzania's Indian Ocean port of Tanga. Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni says the pipeline will strengthen the cooperation between the two countries, but also promote regional integration.
This pipeline project can be a core of bigger developments if the brothers in Congo and South Sudan choose to also use it for their oil. At the maximum, it can carry 230,000 barrels per day. Besides, the same corridor can take a return gas pipeline supplying Tanzanian and Mozambican gas to Uganda and the Great Lakes region.
So until next time, Kwaheri and Assalamu alaikum.